Shenanigans.
What up, dudes? My name is Ben, or HardShenaniganz, and how you guys like that new intro? That was made by the same guy, but this one's fully custom, not out of a template, and I did the audio for it, and guy by the name of I Am the Bro Man helped me out with that little mechanical voice at the end, if you guys recognize that. That's Stephen Hawking voice from the HardShenaniganz remix that was made. Yeah, just wanted to shout out those guys because I really appreciate them making that for me and, doing some stuff for me that was really helpful. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. As far as the gameplay goes, this is actually a Black Ops gameplay, which isn't, you guys haven't seen, I don't think you guys have seen any Black Ops gameplay from me. This is a game I got the other day. I actually have some better games in my vault and whatnot, but this was a pretty good game that I got earlier this week, I think. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go play some Black Ops. God, I can't fucking talk. Play some Black Ops. Get kind of warmed up. This is kind of that phase right before the new game where everybody gets warmed up for the next game. So this is some Black Ops gameplay on Nuketown. 128 kills, I believe, and like 12 or 13 deaths. I die a couple times in a row. You'll see I like run out of spawn and they're not where I expect them to be, and I get shot from the side or in the back or something like that. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good gameplay. Obviously, playing solo. I think I ended up after playing 5 games, which is like what I count. After you play 5 games, because that's what it counts for the score per minute leaderboard. Like you have to play 5 games to qualify for that. So what people like to do is they play for 5 games and then they don't play the rest of the week. Which I wasn't really into because I played last night and I was feeling it and I wanted to play last night, so I did. But at the end of those 5 games, I had like a 577 score per minute. I was number 2 in the world, and I think the first guy was hacked because he had like a fucking 700 something score per minute and not the same kills as me, which doesn't make sense. So I may have been number 1 in the world this week at one point, but yes. Fucking Coots is overtaking me because I started playing and I was dicking around last night on it, so he is now past me in the on the Black Ops leaderboard. So if you're looking at that, that's why I'm not up there anymore. I think my score per minute's like 400 something now, but I was like messing around like sniping last night and stuff like that, so it went down because of that. But anyways, that's not really what I wanted to talk about today. I was thinking about it was it last night or the night before? I don't know. I was laying in bed and I was like, I get a lot of messages that are like, how'd you get so good? And what made you good? And like, how do you get so many Moabs? And, how do you get these beast gameplays? And it's really hard to answer a question like that because it's like, there's so much that goes into it that people don't understand, that like you can't just pick up a game and be good at it. Like that's just not how it works. Like some people have that ability. Like I was good when I started. I think I had like a 1.5 KD when I first started playing Call of Duty on Call of Duty 4, which is good but not great, right? If you want to be great at a game, there's certain things you have to do to like be great at it. So this is kind of I might do 1 or 2 of these if I'm not able to, finish it up in this first one. But I kind of want to get into what made me a better player. I'm not saying this is going to make you a better player. I'm not saying, this is not, you guys know I'm not a big tips and tricks guy. I just play the game, right? But I am going to get into like how I became a better player, what made me a better player, and hopefully you guys can take that and use that in a general sense rather than something like the Moab Breakdown series, which is map specific. You can take these little tips, if you want to call them that, and hopefully you can maybe become a better player. So I kind of have a list of things I had thought of in my head that were like, yeah, that's definitely something I want to talk about. And I guess the first thing, first and foremost, would be experience. So if you guys notice, a lot of the people that are good at Call of Duty on YouTube are people that have played the game for a long time and or play the game a large amount now. So I started playing Call of Duty on Call of Duty 4. I had like a 1.5 KD on that. I played that a lot. Not like as nearly as much as I play now. But for that time period, I think it was like junior in high school, I want to say, I played a lot. And that wasn't really my, like, that was probably my favorite Call of Duty, but as far as like when I got like good, like when I was finally like, damn, I'm good at this game, was probably Black Ops. And this is what I'm going to tell you guys, is that if you want to be good at a game, you gotta play it. Like you can't pick up the controller, you know, for the first time and expect to be good at the game. Like you have to play it enough that you learn the knowledge of the spawns and the knowledge of other things, which is kind of a segue into the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is knowledge. Knowledge is probably experience and knowledge. I list those as the top two because anybody can learn those things. Anybody can pick up the game and play it a certain amount, and anybody can go out there, get the information, and learn how to be better at the game. Obviously, you guys are here now because maybe you want to be better at the game, or you just like my commentating. But a lot of the tips and trick stuff you see, you know, guys like T. Martin that are really successful is because people want to learn how to get better at the game. So my top two things are going to be experience and knowledge. Knowledge of everything. The spawns, the class setups you need to use, the maps just in general, knowing certain spots. You see T. Martin does that series that's like jumps and spots. Knowledge of stuff like that. Just knowledge in a very broad general sense. And that comes from experience, and it comes from, you know, watching things like YouTube and learning about the game, right? So those would be my top two. The next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be, I think I want the next thing to be hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination, just general coordination, right? Being, like having good aim, that kind of stuff, like, which comes from playing the game and knowledge of the game, right? More playing the game, more experience, but because as you play the game more, you're going to adapt to it more, you're going to change your sensitivity, you're going to do things like that. But hand-eye coordination, like I'm not trying to be like, you know, Mr. High and Mighty. I'm a very coordinated person. I play lacrosse goalie, right? I'm a lacrosse goalie for a college lacrosse team. I'm obviously a fairly coordinated person. So from the start, I kind of had to step up, right? You're going to see a lot of these, a lot of people who are athletes and stuff like that are better at video games. And that's because they're coordinated people. They're very coordinated people. Things like, not necessarily video games in a, I'll say this, better at first-person shooters. I think that's a much more specific category that it applies to. So those are my top three for now. There are other things I want to talk about that are much more specific and much more in-depth, but as far as like three, you know, broad things: experience, knowledge, and hand-eye coordination. I think hand-eye coordination is what helps me a lot, at least. So remember that these are the things that help me, not necessarily going to help you, but you can try it, right? You can try it. You can, you know, watch the videos, play the game a lot, hopefully adapt, get better hand-eye coordination by playing the game a lot, and maybe you'll become a better player. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You're seeing two videos on the screen right now. Streaking with Shenanigans 31 is my montage series. You guys can click the annotation on the top to go see that. And then the bottom is a two fairly quick CM901 Moabs where I talk about some awkward roommate situations that I've been in before, which I'm going to do more of because you guys requested that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later. Peace.